city of Sydney, I miss the warmth of you.
G'day viewers and welcome to the next episode of It's Always Beeroclock. I'm Mark.
And I'm Sidekick Dave. Mark, where are we today?
Today, Sidekick Dave, we're at Sydney Brewery in Surry Hills. Now the Sydney Brewery actually has 3 tap rooms, one here in Surry Hills, one in Alexandria and one in White Bay.
Well, let's check out what the Surry Hills tap room has to offer.
Sidekick Dave, we've been here for a couple of hours at the Surry Hills location of Sydney Brewery, one of the 3 locations. We've tried a few beers, including a couple that were actually brewed here on site.
Yep.
What did you think?
Well, they have a whole series of taps. At the moment, the 2 that are on tap here are the Hazy IPA and the Nitro Stout. And they also have a good representation of other beers that they brew elsewhere. In terms of the location, Mark, it's a good bar. So really, it's got that bar sort of atmosphere. But the brews, both brews that they have here, the Hazy IPA and the Nitro Stout, very good representation. And I've got to say, special mention to the Lumberjack, which I think was the Rye IPA.
Lumberjack Rye IPA, not brewed here, brewed somewhere else.
But very good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
What are your thoughts of the place?
Well, it's more a bar than a brewery, I guess you could say. There are heaps of people here, so people obviously like it. Both of the beers that are brewed here, the Hazy IPA and the Nitro Stout, were very good. I look forward to trying out the other venues.
I love the opportunity to go to the other 2 venues. Bring it on.
Bring it on. And until the next part of this episode, it's always Beeroclock.
Now, before we move forward, let's step back for a few moments to the origin story of Sydney Brewery. In 2005, hotelier and cosmetic surgeon Dr. Jerry Schwartz started the 800-litre Schwartz Brewery in the basement of what was then known as the Macquarie Hotel in Wentworth Avenue, just up the hill from Sydney Brewery's current Surry Hills venue. In 2012, Schwartz Brewery was rebranded to Sydney Brewery and operations moved to Lovedale in the Hunter Valley. In 2018, whilst the Hunter Valley presence was maintained, Sydney Brewery returned to Surry Hills to the Albion Street taproom we just visited. In early 2025, Sydney Brewery took over the former Rocks Brewing premises in Alexandria, then in October 2025 established a third metropolitan taproom in the brewery recently vacated by White Bay Brewing in Rozelle. Now, let's get back to our expedition.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to It's Always Beeroclock. I'm Mark.
And I'm Simon, and behind the camera we have sidekick Dave. Mark, why does this place look so familiar?
Well, it's simple, Simon. If you hark back to episode 16 of It's Always Beeroclock, these were the premises of the White Bay Brewery. Now, White Bay merged with Hawkers from Victoria, and they packed up and left and moved everything down to Victoria. But fortunately, the Sydney Brewery has taken over here.
Well, after that lengthy explanation, I need a beer. Let's go
get
in.
one.
East Coast Pale Ale. It's good, but it's not too sweet. It's good. Pilsner.
All right, we're here with Nate, who is the head brewer for all of the brewing facilities for Sydney Brewery. Is that right, Nate?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, now in terms of the Rozelle facility, which has only been open for a month or two,
Yep.
which beers are you going to brew here?
So we're focusing mainly on the lagers. There will be the odd like pale ale, hazy pale, XPA, things like that, but mainly lager. This is the big mover at the moment. So we're madly filling tanks of lager. We had a bit of a false start. We were locked out for a while, and we just had to take it slow at the beginning, make sure we're hitting all the right gravities and pHs and all that. And once the first trial brews were out of the way, we just started ripping in, doing a lot of lager.
Right, well, I guess it's always different, you know, wherever you are, the different equipment you use. Is it hard to sort of replicate the same beer that you make elsewhere here?
Yeah, it is. It's not too bad with this kit because it's like quite similar to the Premier stainless kit they have up in the Hunter.
Yep.
The brew house they have over at Alexandria is a bit of a different beast just because it's completely different design. It's a Hebs, a mash press. So we get like slightly different results with that one. But it's a matter of just like working to the strengths of the brew house.
Okay.
That's why we're doing lagers and they're doing a lot more ales.
Right.
Yeah.
And overall of the range that you brew at all of the various premises, is the lager the most popular beer that you brew?
It's the biggest seller, yeah.
Yeah.
We're moving a lot of kegs of lager at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about plans for this place? It's only been open for a few weeks. What's going to happen here?
Well, we're getting a bit bit of new gear, flash new gear. We're getting a reverse osmosis machine.
Okay.
It's going to go over in the corner there, and we're going to look at doing non-alcs with that.
Right, so use the RO to take the alcohol out of the beer? Right.
And top it back up with deaerated water.
Okay. Have you done that before, or will this
No.
be a new thing?
I've done a lot of research into it, but
Right.
I've never done a non-alc like that before.
Okay. Well, that should be interesting. You should
Yeah.
hopefully retain all the flavour.
Well, that's the idea with the RO.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be a bit of tinkering we'll need to do. But yeah, no, I've high hopes for it.
Okay. And once this place is sort of fully operational, what kind of volume of beer will you be able to produce here?
Well, it depends on how long we want to leave it in tank.
Yeah.
We're going to easily hit the 500,000 litre mark.
Right.
If we're pumping it out, turning beers around in 4 or 5 weeks,
Yep.
we'd hit the 1 million litre mark. But with lagers, we all like to take our time.
Okay.
And the proper maturation time in tank.
All right. Question without notice that we ask everybody: what's the weirdest beer you've ever made?
The weirdest beer. I don't get too crazy. I like my traditional beers.
Right.
We did like a banana raspberry sour
Okay.
when it was still White Bay. That was probably the freakiest I've gotten.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nate, thanks very much for talking to
no
us.
dramas.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Have a good evening.
Thank you. It's really, really hot today, but I know that there is a cure for the summertime blues. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
We're here today with Kian and Sharon. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Pretty good, thanks. Have you folks been to this brewery before?
No. It was an accident, actually.
Oh.
We just sort of saw it, stopped in.
Okay, fantastic.
I've been once before.
You've been once before?
Yeah,
Under the current ownership or the previous ownership?
I couldn't tell you.
How long ago was it, Sharon?
2 years ago.
It would have been the White Bay Brewery then. So
Oh yes, that's
That's what
right.
we
We
thought.
thought we were coming in there. I
Yeah.
said, why don't I'll show you this brewery because we were, yeah.
anyway, there's still a brewery here. So,
Yeah.
so you like, and what are you drinking today? What are you having, Cam?
Got the pale ale.
Pale ale. And what do you think of that?
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
I do enjoy it.
And Sharon, how about you?
That's a pale ale too.
That's a pale ale
We're
too.
very adventurous.
And are you normally a pale ale kind of a gal?
I'm not even actually a beer drinker. It's just because it's a hot day.
It is a bloody hot day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, enjoy the rest of your afternoon,
Thank
folks, and
you.
thanks for talking to us.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, gents, we've concluded our afternoon here at Sydney Brewery in Rozelle, their Rozelle branch. Simon, your assessment of the venue and the beer?
Well, the venue's amazingly similar to White Bay when we were here some months back. Some of the posters have changed, but it's still quite a very hot space with some nice giant fans pushing the hot air down.
It is very hot today.
It is very hot today, but yeah, no, it's a space. You could call it a space. Anything else you want to ask me?
Yeah,
How about
beer.
the beers?
Beer.
The beer's really good, actually. I like the all the non I don't know, crafty beer nerd beers like the lager, and I like the Pilsner and the Pale Ale. But surprisingly, I really like this Dawn IPA. And that's unusual for me because I normally don't like the IPAs.
It's not usually your go-to.
No, but maybe I'm, we're all changing, and maybe I'm changing.
You're adapting.
I'm adapting, I'm evolving. So, yeah, that's what I would go with.
Okay, thanks. That's enough from you. Now, David, your thoughts on the Sydney Brewery Rozelle venue and the beer selection?
I'll try and be briefer than Simon. Obviously, we did review the location when it was White Bay, but the way they've decked it out with the whole livery and the posters and things like that, I think there's a real consistency coming through. Good location, very spacious. The beers, really good selection of beers, a range of beers, and we're here in summer and they still had their porter on, which, as we all know, I love a porter. My favourite beer, though, was the East Coast IPA. It had a real bitterness to it and not too hoppy, but it just seemed to hit the spot. And I didn't know what to expect, and I was really, really pleasantly surprised. Mark, yourself?
Well, firstly, I'd like to say we hate to see a brewery close down. So when White Bay Brewery moved out of here, it was a very pleasant surprise to find out that Sydney Brewery were going to move in and keep the place alive. As Simon said, it looks pretty much the same, although I note that the pool tables have moved from that end to that end.
Yes, well spotted.
Beer-wise, my favourites were the Pale Ale and the Pilsner. But until we meet again, gentlemen, it's always Beeroclock. G'day folks, and welcome back to It's Always Beeroclock. I'm Mark.
I'm Simon, and Psychic Dave isn't here today, but we're here at the Sydney Brewery in Alexandria for part 3 of our journey.
Our adventure. All right, let's go in and check it out.
For over 10 years, the Rocks Brewing Company had operated a brewery out of these very premises in Burke Road, Alexandria. And in fact, Mark and Sidekick Dave had visited on more than one occasion. But in late 2024, in an all too familiar story, Rocks hit the rocks financially, but fortunately, the brewery was rescued and rebranded by Sydney Brewery.
Okay, well I've got the Pale Ale. This is a tropical Pale Ale. This is a Southeast Ale. And this is a choc chili porter. Could be interesting. It's good.
Okay, tropical pale ale, southeast ale, the standard porter, the choc and chili porter, and the East Coast IPA. Cheers.
Okay, well this is the Southeast Ale, and it's got a very interesting flavour. It's apparently made with sugarcane and lemongrass, and it tastes a little weird at first, but it grows on you. It's got a sweetness to it that would go really well with Asian food like pad thai or a green curry or something like that. So yeah, it's really quite interesting.
Okay, I'm going to do a comparison of the porters. So we've got the Smooth Talker Porter, which is their standard porter, and we've got the choc chili porter, which I'm going to approach with some trepidation, but let's see. That's a standard porter, sweet, caramel, nice, really perfect for a porter. Now, the choc chili looks the same. That's actually not too bad. The chili is not overpowering. There's just a hint of it and a hint of the chocolate. So it's mostly porter with a very slight hint of choc and chili. It's actually quite good. Simon, we've had a great afternoon here at Sydney Brewery in Alexandria without Sidekick Dave.
Yes, it has been fantastic
Yeah.
without Sidekick Dave.
Your thoughts about the venue?
It's certainly different from White Bay, the last Sydney brewery we went to. It's a lot more upmarket. It's very popular here in Alexandria, and yeah, it's quite nice. The food's good. It's a lovely location. We've got a fantastic little beer garden here. Couldn't ask for more, really.
Okay, and beers?
Beers, well, we have tasted most of the beers at White Bay, but we had a few different ones here. The standout for me was the Southeast Pale Ale, which with the sugarcane and lemongrass in it.
Yeah.
It was different and proved to be quite tasty, and yeah, it's my favourite of the day. And you, Mark?
Yeah, well, it was good to taste some different beers than we'd had at the other venues. We had the tropical pale ale.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed in that, to be honest. I thought it would be a real fruit salad sort of beer, but I found it a little bit bland. On the other hand, I agree with you. The Southeast Ale with the sugar cane and lemongrass was a bit unusual to start with.
At first, yeah.
But I acquired a taste for it quite quickly.
Yeah, me too.
It was very good, and the venue itself, it is different from their other two venues. The one in Surry Hills is an indoor bar. The one at Rozelle is a very big indoor space. This has a very big outdoor space, quite a spacious beer garden. They've all got something to offer, I guess.
That's true, yeah.
But Simon, until next time, it's always Beeroclock.